Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about completing operations with rational numbers. So we've learned previously that rational numbers are integers, so they could be positive or negative. They could be any fraction, and they could be a terminating decimal or a repeating decimal. So we're going to want to do a few operations today to help us rewrite a number, sometimes make it look nicer or more usable. So the first thing we're going to talk about is simplifying fractions. So why should we do this? It generally makes the numbers smaller, easier to work with. It does not make the answer better, but sometimes the directions ask us to do that. And so we have to understand if the directions ask us to simplify, we have to simplify. And sometimes we just want to simplify because it's going to make future steps nicer. So how do we do this? Let's look at this example, 8 over 20. So 8/20ths. How do I simplify this? So we need to remember our divisibility rules and figure out a number that is a factor of both 8 and 20. Now, it would be ideal if we picked the largest number. So the largest number in this case, if you divided both 8 and 20 by 4, you get 2/5, which is as small as this gets. Or you can say, hey, 8 and 20 are even. I can divide them both by 2 and get 4/10. And those are both even, so I can divide by 2 again in the numerator and denominator and get 2/5. Either way, get to the same answer. It's not better if you do it in less steps as long as you get to the same simplest answer. Now, we might see mixed numbers versus improper fractions. The mixed number has the integer part at the front and then the fraction part at the end. The improper fraction has where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Both are valid. If I'm trying to find slope, I probably want improper fraction. Estimation, mixed number is generally better. So we're going to learn how to use these two methods to convert from one to the other. So let's look at an example. We're going to convert 4 2/3 to an improper fraction. So this 4 is really 4 groups of 3. So that's really 12/3. So 12 plus an extra 2 gets us 14. So we have 14 items that we have to group into 3. So 4 2/3 becomes 14/3. Now we can work the other way, where we start with 14/3, we start with the improper fraction, and we have to change it to a mixed number. So we have to pull out full groups and then see what our remainder is. So for 14/3, we can take 4 full groups out of 3. 4 groups of 3 is 12. And then we're still going to have a partial group of 2. We're going to still have 2 leftovers. So that's our remainder group. So 14/3 becomes 4 full groups and 2/3 of a last group. So 14/3 equals 4 2/3. So that's how we convert between mixed numbers and improper fractions.